Ever wondered how traders get such a sniper entry? The answer is they trade from the right POI. And in this video, I'll be showing you how to trade from the right POI and also how to spot the right POI to trade from. I'm Solo FX and this is my first video on YouTube. So please do well to subscribe so that the video can rank high for the algorithm and so that it can get to others too. Thank you. So now, what is an MSNR key level? Let's go up here. We have different types of MSNR key levels. We have what is called the A shape and the V shape key level, and those are the key levels I'll be talking about in this video. In subsequent videos, I'll be talking about the open and close key level, the quasi-modal key level, and IPAs and other things. But in this video, let's focus on one thing. So let's say this is a bullish candle. Let me change the color to blue. This is a bullish candle. So now this is a bullish candle while the second is a bearish candle, and these are the wicks of the candles. Let's take this as the wicks of the candles. Now an apex key level is the top of the bullish and the bearish candle. The top of the bullish and the bearish candle. Something like this is an example of an apex key level. Now, after knowing what an apex key level is, the second question I know will be that have been running on your mind, because it has also been running on my mind before I found out this, is what makes a key level valid and how do I take a trade with precision, or how do I get this sniper entry? So now there are few things that makes a key level valid, one of which is liquidity. A valid POI must have liquidity resting below or above the key level. A valid POI must have liquidity resting below or above the POI. Let's draw it. It is something like this. A valid POI must be something like this. Now, this is a valid POI. Why? Because it has liquidity resting just below it. This is the liquidity. What is the liquidity? Liquidity is the first pullback after a impulse move. The first pullback after an impulse move is our liquidity. Note, the liquidity is the first pullback after a break or after an impulsive move. So this is one important thing you need to know about a valid POI. It must have liquidity resting below or above it. Second, a valid POI must break structure and sweep liquidity. A valid POI must break structure and sweep liquidity. Something like this. Let's say this is our POI. Let's draw something like this. Now, This is an example of how our valid POI should be. First, it has liquidity resting below it. Secondly, it swept liquidity. It swept liquidity. Let me just type it. Text. Secondly, it swept liquidity, and thirdly, it broke structure. It has a BOS, break of structure. Now, this is how a valid POI or a valid trade should look like. First, it sweep liquidity. Second, it breaks structure. And third, it creates liquidity for or below or above the POI. And this is our POI in this case. So we then take our entries from somewhere like this. Stop loss above the wicks, but I have stop loss for each trade and take profits below here. But in this class, we are not talking about where to place stop loss or take profits. We are only focusing on valid POIs, POIs that are valid for you to trade from. MSNR strong level where you take trades with clarity and precision. These are what we are focusing on. Let me restate the qualities of a good POI. First, it must sweep liquidity. Second, it must break structure. Third, it must leave a liquidity resting below or above the POI. And lastly, you'd mark your POI and wait for price to do its thing. So without further talks, let's see it in the chart. So let me explain how I took all these trades on GBP USD. This is a 1:15 trade, and this is a 1:10 trades. I'll be explaining these two trades, and all this happened last week. That is last Friday. Today is Saturday. It happened on Saturday, but it all depends on when you are going to watch this video. So let me explain. Let me clear the chart so we can explain. First, for MSNR, you don't mark your POI on the lower time frame. Note, you don't mark your POI on the lower time frame. You need to go to the higher time frame to mark your POI. Now, going to our higher time frame, let's start from the 4-hour time frame. Actually, we needed to start from the daily time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame so we can see what the higher time frame is doing. But normally on the daily time frame, we just look for our buyers. We just look for buyers on the daily time frame. And from this, you can see that GBP USD has been on an uptrend. Now, GBP USD is on an uptrend, but we don't need to we also need or we can also take the pullbacks. We can also trade the pullbacks, and I'll be showing you how to trade the pullbacks. So in the higher time frame, all we need to do on the daily, weekly is to mark our rejection blocks and other blocks, and go down to the lower time frame. Now, this is the daily time frame. We can see that price is constantly creating higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. You can see, you know that yes, we are actually bullish on the higher time frame. Another thing you should do on your higher time frame is check where price is currently reacting to. Now, from here, we have a daily reject daily. Here, we have a daily reject daily, which was on Thursday. Daily rejected daily. After daily rejected daily, we go to our 4 hours time frame to look for a break of structure. Now, MSNR, I'll be dropping my next video will be on storylines, which is daily reject daily 4 hours breakout, but I'll be talking in depth on it. So, but for now, let me just explain. Here we had a daily reject daily, and you go to your 4 hour time frame to confirm your breakout. Now we can see that we had a breakout. We had a breakout around here, which confirms to us that we are bullish. We had a breakout here, which confirms to us that we are bullish. So let's clear now. Our main target is to look for buys, but note I said we can also take the sells. We can also take the sales, but the buys will be more A plus. That is, the buys will have more strength than the sales. The win rate on the buys will be greater than your win rates on the sales when you are in a bullish market. So now, let's look for our possible points of interest from here. From here, we can see that we had an apex level right here. And we have liquidity, first pullback. So we have our liquidity right here. We had our liquidity right here. And we also had a sweep of liquidity right here. Last but not the least, we had our break of structure here. Can you see? These are the necessary things we must have to see before a POI should be set as valid. Now you can take your trades from here, and but the problem with taking your trades from here is you won't get that precision you are actually looking for, because if you take your trades from here, your stop loss will be relatively large, and you know this is the 4 hours time frame. So this is the 4 hour time frame. So so your stop loss will be large, so you will need to go down to the lower time frame for refinements. But in this case, we are not talking about refinements. We are talking about the valid POIs. Now you can see that after taking our trades here, we target our next key level, which is here. This is our next key level here. And boom, you got a 1:3 ratio 3.84. But this is relatively small. Let me explain the exact trade I took. I just explained this so you understand the framework. So let's explain the exact trade I took, the sell and buy I took on Friday or on Thursday, right? On Thursday. So now here we can see, now remember, we are bullish, so we will have to be looking for bullish opportunities. The our bearish op the our bullish opportunity is going to be stronger than the bearish opportunities we are looking for. So now here we can see that, or here we can see that we had an apex level here. We had an apex level here, but this is not actually where I took this trade. Why? Because this week was very long, so I needed to refine my entry. So I went back to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. Now this is the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, and what can we see? Let's remove this. On the 1 hour time frame, what can we see? First, we have liquidity sweep. Second, we had a break of structure. A valid break of structure. And thirdly, let me remove this. And thirdly, we had liquidity, which is our most important factor we have to look for. Liquidity. We had liquidity. Break of structure. So guys, if you are still watching, please give me a like, so the algorithm can push my video further, and so I can keep making videos like this. You see, now we had the sweep of liquidity, the break of structure, and the liquidity, which are our categories of a good POI. So what do? We then mark our apex level. Where is our apex level? This is our apex level in this case. We then mark our apex level, then enter from the apex level. I normally use 4 pips on EU. So, but to be more secured, since I haven't talked about refinement, you can put your stop loss just above these weeks, just above the weeks, like this. So that you can give your stop loss space to breathe. Can see? Then where will you target? You will target this low. This low is where you target. You see? So even if your stop loss was as big as this, you would have been getting a 1:5 trade, which is good. But for me, I won't put my SL there because I know what I'm doing, and I will teach you exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing subsequent classes. So for me, I put a 4 pip stop loss. See, it's actually a 1:11, but I took my trades at 1:10. I took my profit as 1:10. At 1:10, I was already comfortable, and this is how I took. This is how I got the sell. Remember, this sell was a counter trend, which means the buying up. We are still looking to buy the market instead of selling. This was a counter trend. Now I'm going to the 15 minutes to see it very clearly. On the 15 minutes, you can see it. Precision. This is it. Price taps and immediately, boom, sniper entry. What makes this possible is because we had all our checklists on check. We have all our criterias on check. That was what make this trade valid, and the move was with precision. So now let's look at how we got the buys. I hope you all understood how we got the sales. Key takeaway to note from this video is a valid key level, a valid MSNR key level, a valid order block, anything you want to call it, any valid level must have these three things. First, it must sweep liquidity. Second, it must break structure. And thirdly, it must have liquidity resting below or above your zone. These three things are the core of MSNR, and you can hardly see this on other YouTube channels. They keep it as premium. I told you, I also suffered to understand this concept, and I don't want you to suffer again. So that is why I am bringing it free of charge. And my student has also been using this, and I've get funded on various prop firms. So this is a free takeaway for you because this is actually my first YouTube video, and I am tired of making courses. I just want to give free knowledge. So do well to subscribe if you haven't, and please like and comment so that other people can see, and also share to friends so that they can also learn. Now let's repeat the same process on how we got the buys. These buys, even just from this place, you can understand how from the 15 minutes, which is the lower time frame, you can understand how we got these buys. I know you can see it. First, we had the sweep of liquidity, which is here. Sweep of liquidity. Secondly, we had a break of structure, which is here. And now let's go to our higher time frame to get our POIs, which is either the 1 hour or 4 hours time frame to get the POIs. Now you can see price rejecting from this zone. That is a 1 hour rejecting 1 hour. Some people can enter from here. You are still correct if you enter from here. If you buy from here, you are still correct. That is, if you place your buys directly from here, which is a very good one. You place your buy stop loss just below here, which is a 7 pip stop loss, and you are bullish, so you can target any amount you want. But the safest target for us will be this high. This will be safe. And even if you entered from this zone, you are getting a 10 RR trade. And why is this zone valid? Is because you can see it here. This place that was our break of structure is not the break of structure anymore. It was the break of structure for the sales, but not the break of structure for the buys. So we mark this as our sweep of liquidity. And we mark this as the sweep of liquidity. And this is our break of structure in this case. This is our break of structure. And we have this as our liquidity resting below the POI. We have liquidity resting below here, the POI. You can see it gave us another 10 RR trade, which is a very, very, very nice one. Getting trades like this is wow. Is very good. But I didn't take this. I went with the confirmation entry, which is this zone here. I went with this zone, which is the QM. I will be teaching you about the QM in the next class. This is where I entered my own trade from. And going to the 15 minutes, I will also teach you the confirmation entry. So all you need to understand from this video now is valid key levels. That is valid key levels that you can take your trades from. For me, I took my trades from this QM, from the 15 minutes QM, which is this zone. And I entered from here with, as you know, a 4 pip stop. Let's go like this, and then boom, 10 RR is okay for me. But in this case, you know, I got a 15 RR. Now I'll be dropping the pictures of each street. And also I'm also thinking of starting a Telegram channel where you can also follow exactly you can follow my signals and understand. And also I'll be opening a Telegram channel, but I haven't opened yet. But I will be opening a Telegram channel where I'll be dropping my trades, so you can follow and also make money. Yes. So this is it. This is how I get these sniper entries, and you can also reciprocate the same thing just by understanding the right key level to trade from. Yes, this is your boy Solo FX, and enjoy the rest of your day. And do well to subscribe so the algorithm, and so you get notified when I post my next video, and so I can also benefit when the algorithm pushes my video.